Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Creative and Jobless. Which, if you've been watching all of the episodes so far, you would know I'm not actually jobless. I just don't have a job in the creative field, and I would love to. So, as usual, my email is in the bio, and if you like what you see, don't be shy, get in contact. But, anyways, moving on, I am happy to say that I am halfway done with my main character designs, and I have now done my 4th main character for my book series. I was already slightly nervous when I was beginning to draw this character. I knew the image I had in mind I wanted for her, but this character, she is a model in the novel, so there was a certain look that I wanted to have for her, and I was unsure if I'd be able to translate that onto paper and make it happen. But I'm glad about how it turned out. It turned out pretty decent, so I'm not unsatisfied with the appearance. Did it turn out exactly how I imagined in my mind? No, but whoever does. Putting all that aside, everybody meet Emiola. Emiola is the 4th character, the 4th main character of the Igbesan Ajinde book series, and she does modeling. She is a top model. When coming to discussing how she relates to the whole idea of Monife and her murder, once again, like I guess my previous first 2 characters, she is related to one of the children that were present during hiding Monife's murder. So she's the daughter of one of the girls who was present in hiding Monife's murder, and also that same girl that hid Monife's murder was involved in, I would say, the bullying of Monife before the ending of her death. When coming to Emiola, despite her being a top model and being well accomplished in the industry that she works for as a model, she also doesn't have the best relationship with her mother. In fact, it pretty much isn't a relationship at all. She keeps a distance from her and pretty much prefers to live without her and avoids contact with her. Reasons for that are further explained in the novel, so if you guys would like to support me while I work on this book, that would be great. And then, I don't know, you guys can find out the details of what happened and why she doesn't like being around her mother. But that's it for her. And on top of that, similar to second book main character Pamela, she doesn't have a very good temper. Her temper is pretty bad, probably even worse than Pamela's. And on top of that, she also has an obsession with being beautiful, being seen as the prettiest. She's extremely competitive and, in a way, brutal when it comes to outperforming others in terms of looks, which in a way does lead her into doing a lot of dangerous stuff, and even some stuff that she did in her past as well to get to the high position that she did in the industry as well. So she has shown signs of throwing others under the bus and pretty much being easily able to use others as stepping stones to get to where she needs within the industry. So, in simple words, she's not exactly a good main character. She's not really a protagonist, more of an antagonist, but it's still taken from her perspective in book 4. So you can imagine a character like that coming across Monife, who already has the idea to get vengeance on those that put her in an early grave. It's not going to be that difficult for her to feel the need to harm this particular person's child. But I'll leave it as that. I'll talk a bit more about how I felt designing this character anyways. First of all, while doing this character, I felt like I went from simple artist. I felt like I went from character designing to becoming a makeup artist. I was very unsure of how I was going to approach doing this model. Funnily enough, it was my most unenjoyable but enjoyable time designing her. I don't know how to explain how I feel both of these at the same time. I hated designing her, but I loved it at the same time. I kind of loved playing around with the looks, and since she's a model, I did a different design for each of her pictures, and I kind of enjoyed being very experimental with Emiola's looks and her outfits and her hair, changing everything up. It was the fun bit of this crazy process of deciding her character. When coming to colouring, this is where I struggle. I think I've said that previously before. I like the sketchy part of when I'm designing, but as soon as I start colouring and doing the outlines, I don't know, something always looks so off to me when I start that process, and doing Emiola's design and coming to the colouring was no different. As soon as I got to the colouring and having to shade, it became... I've considered scrapping the picture and starting it over again, but knowing when I kind of hiccup when it comes to my art kind of helps me push forward and see where things lead. So I continued, even though I didn't like how she was looking in the beginning. And when coming to her face, that was the bit I was very stuck on. I did not expect to damn near be doing a full beat makeover or on my character just for simply character designing. Okay, I don't know anything about makeup. I was over here trying to shade the right parts of her face, damn near giving her lip combos and everything. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was just trying my best to like blend everything nicely on the face. And I will admit, the shade of her face turned out a little different from the rest of her body, but I don't know, I kind of liked that in the end. I kind of liked how it turned out. You know, it could be like it is the makeup, to be honest. But I did like that little detail about it. It is a detail I noticed about some people in real life where they would do makeup and then the face would turn out a different shade from the rest of the body. So I kind of like that little detail in the picture, so I kept it. I thought it somewhat added a bit of character to Emiola here. Pretty much after getting her done in the pink outfit with her bust down and, you know, doing her face, the lips and everything, I feel like everything came together after. I was happy with how she looked out, and then I moved on to doing the next three I would say portrait-like designs of her in different outfits and different makeup looks, I guess. So pretty much from then, everything was a breeze. The shading was easier. I think because normally when I get to the three pictures to the right, they're a bit more simpler than the ones to the left. And I think that kind of helped me breeze through it a bit easier. And also I found it a lot easier to do the lips. I think I did really well with the lip combos. I'm obsessed with how I did the lips. I just love how I did them. Like, I'm just really proud of it. So yeah, by the end, I was pretty happy with how she looked. I thought that I really outdid myself. This was by far the most I've, I guess, struggled or rethought my life choices when doing a character design sheet. My previous designs, I would say, were more simple, you know, putting people in uniforms and, you know, simple shirts and trousers. But I really had to, I would say, think out of the box for this one. I wouldn't say think out of the box. Okay, maybe I did a little bit. But I guess I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone when it came to Emiola, which is perfect for her character. I think we can all see the kind of person she is through the design. I need to start pronouncing my words properly. But anyways, enough of me talking. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever platform you're watching this on. And yeah, like, comment, and please do support me on my journey to publishing this 8-book series, Igbesan Agende. And I'll see you in my next video. This is Yetunde P. Owa, and I'm out. Bye.